Minister, thank you so much. After a long conversation with the NCC, what would you explain to the lack of showing of the players in today's, warm-up?
No, well, good evening. No, well, players issues, I think that's mostly handled by the Football Federation. But our part as an NCC and as a ministry is to deal with the issues, and that is with the federation, and they deal with the players. So the communication we got is that the players said they were expecting a qualification bonus that was not paid to them. So it's not really about what some people say about match bonuses or so. As far as I know, they don't owe match bonuses. And the camping allowance that they went to, the camping that they were in Saudi, they were giving the money that they're supposed to be given, which is 5,000 euros per player. That has been given. What they said, they're claiming, is what we were taught. The players themselves said they were not interested in it at the beginning because the qualification. So they didn't come here because they said they have to be paid 38 million and some hundreds. I don't know the exact figure, but 38 point something million dollars is for qualifying to AFCON, and that was the contention.
Well, would someone say it's unfair to the side of the public after they came here just to see the players, maybe for a final sending off, and in the end it doesn't happen?
Well, yes, of course. As stakeholders, our responsibility has been fulfilled, and we did coordinate this with their technical bench and the coach. As you see, the coach was here himself, and his technical side were here. The players are the ones that didn't come. So, like I said, we don't talk to players directly. There is a linkage, and yes, there was a signal earlier today where they said, "Oh, if you don't get the money, we are not coming." And then they kind of stood to that ground to not come to the stadium. But there was an ongoing negotiation, and we thought that negotiation could have been able to yield results for them to come and do what is expected, which is to say farewell to the players through a training that we all agreed. But unfortunately, they decided not to come. And of course, we respected their decision that they don't want to come. Yes, it is unfair to everybody, to the NCC, to the fans, to everybody that tried to come and see them for the last time, and then they didn't show up. But like I said, in football, some of these things do happen. For those of us who follow football, especially football in Africa, it's not a desirable situation, but it's a situation that it's a crisis that we handle, and that's why after that I had to summon for an emergency NCC meeting to get the full update from the Football Federation, and they have given us a full update, and we have consulted even to the highest level of the president, and we are taking a decision, and so that's why we are out of the meeting.
What's the decision that you have taken?
Well, the decision that we have taken, it's these are money issues. $38 million is not a little money, and it's not one that personally I can say we can do. Like I said, it's not a commitment that government made, but we have consulted the president all the way in Mauritania, and he has given the directives that we should give the players that to ensure that we stick to the game plan, which is to go to Africa and do our best. So, government is going to look for those monies of 38 million and pay to the players tomorrow.
Was it mandatory that they should be paid the 38 million for qualifying to the AFCON?
No, those are not mandatory things. Mandatory issues is camping allowances, match bonuses. That's what we know. The rest, qualification bonuses are like more of incentives that are given to a player, to the team for qualifying. And it's not necessarily something that is linked to the matches. It's like I said. So, but sometimes, yes, when you find yourself in a situation like this, and you call it anyhow, it's blackmail or kind of your hands are twisted to do what the players want. Sometimes you give it in the interest of the country and in the interest of what we believe in, which is the football. But it's an unforeseen situation.
For them to say you have to pay them that amount of money, was there any point in time where you mentioned that you will give them a certain amount of money if they qualify?
No, they're like, we don't deal with players. That's why I say there's a certain aspect that is a Football Federation matter. As a ministry, and in this instance, speaking here as an NCC chair, we don't talk with the players, and we've not had that conversation before. You know, and the captain himself, Omar Kohli, spoke with the president at one time after the qualification when the president called him, and then from the information we got, he himself told the president that, you know, they got the diplomatic passport, they don't want money. You know, and unfortunately, they have the diplomatic passport, but now they want the money.
Are you disappointed?
Well, of course, disappointed. I'm very disappointed. But that's not what we expect, especially if you talk to the highest authority in this country, who is the president. If you say something, you stick to it. And if you're a leader, in the end, you take responsibility for the things that you say. You don't go back in your words and then put everybody else under pressure in the situation that we are today.
Final question, does this strangle the ministry or the government itself? I mean, knowing the fact that, you know, they are still looking out to get funds elsewhere, and here comes another fund which was not even part of the deal.
Of course, yes. I mean, we all know this economic situation of this country, and that's what we always tell people. We don't compare ourselves with other people, and I don't even think that is really an issue. What we're paying currently in terms of our regime, in terms of paying a 5,000 euros for a camping allowance and paying 7,000 euros for winning a match per player, or 6,000. These are things that are unprecedented. And I think that recognition should have been there coming from them. That yes, we want certain demands, but we also recognize that the efforts have been made by the government together with the federation to be a little bit reasonable based on the economic situation of the country. But it wasn't part of the budget, like I said, because we had a budget that came from the Football Federation, submitted to the NCC, and then we sat over it, and government said we are committing. Today we announced that government is giving $171 million as our contribution to the total budget, and already 150 million has been given. That's 38 million was never part of it. And even with that amount, it was still in the deficit. It was less than what we anticipated if we get to the final, because the total budget is from day one to the final. You know, so it's a management issue, but like I said, there are certain decisions, certain situations that you find yourself. You don't look at the what is good and what is bad. What is necessary is to take actions that are in the interest of the public. And in this instance, Gambia's interest is for the team to go to Ivory Coast tomorrow, and that is the discussion that we have had, and that is the briefing that we are giving our head of state, and he gave instruction to us and the Minister of Finance to say, we try to make additional funds and make it available to pay so that they can be able to go.
Will they leave by 12:20 tomorrow?
We hope so. I mean, we are ready to pay them in the morning, and I think they should be ready to leave as well. If that is the only thing that is keeping them, they would get it as per the instruction.
All right. Thank you so much.